I said I would spin the block on this. I did, and there was a parking spot this time. Today we're taking another look at the Emba Naturals Embrace the Base Gel. Hello everyone, Kayla here, and this is What the Kink, a natural hair channel. I'm not even gonna hold you. These are the results of using the Embrace the Base Gel combined with the Topper Gel, both from Emba Naturals. So if you are not aware of it, I did make another video prior to this one about the Embrace the Base Gel, in which I was just trying it out, just like seeing, what could have come of it, whatever. And I didn't get the best results, but I kind of said, hey, I'm going to come back and revisit this, and then there were a couple of suggestions that I had for myself at the end of that video about what I could do to have made the result a little bit better. And the suggestions didn't stop there. Abena, the owner of Emba Naturals, came into my DMs and she shared a video of her styling her hair with the gels, saying two types of gels that I am styling my hair with in that previous video. Now, I am a longtime follower of Abena, and so I'm very familiar with how she normally does her hair. And so in that video, she was applying the products in the way that she typically does for her hair, or like most commonly does for her hair. And when I've tried exactly copying her method, my hair tends to come out like inconsistent. I don't get the consistency that she gets, and then also my hair tends to be a little bit bigger and puffier. I don't get such great results. So what I did was I watched the video for the overall concepts, the main ideas behind what she was doing, so I could then apply it to something that I knew would work a little bit better for myself. Honestly, I feel like that's how people should just watch my content in general, and any hair content in general. Watch it to get the main idea, the concepts, the reasoning behind whatever it is, and then apply it to whatever you're doing. Because copying me or copying any other person, like word for word, step for step, whatever, may not give you the best results. So getting into the things that I learned, the first thing that I learned was way less water. Way less water. When I looked at the video, Abena only uses water to remove the conditioner from her hair, and then that's it. That water faucet does not come back on, okay? I'm someone who styles my hair with a lot of water. I tend to get the best results, especially considering how thick my hair is, and then my hair has quite a bit of length on it. So I need water to help distribute, and then to help capture the curls and stuff like that. So I tend to just style with a lot of water, but that really didn't work well for this combo. In fact, I think it led to my hair being more frizzy and being big and really diluting the product. So this time around, I rinsed the deep conditioner from my hair, and then I proceeded to apply the Embrace the Base Gel all the way throughout, and then I did not apply more water before moving on to the topper. And I also did not finish with any water either, which is something that I will sometimes do to get that final distribution of product, that final bit of smoothness. Second thing that I picked up from this video was more product. She records how many pumps she uses in the different sections of her hair. For me, that's difficult for me to follow in the shower and stuff. I'm losing track and all of that. So I just applied my hair until I felt like there was a generous coating of product on the section. I could feel that the gel was there. I knew that I had applied it very liberally. So I would just say generous application. Whatever that feels like on your hair, however many pumps that is on your hair, apply generously. I did that. I will say I did the back, and then I did the front, and then when I got to the front, I felt how it felt in the front, and I was like, hold up, the back did not feel like that. So I went back to the back and applied just a little bit more, a couple more pumps, just overall, not actually inside of the sections of the hair, just overall. I did open up my hair and directly apply inside the sections as well. So when I say I was going in to apply more product, definitely going in to apply more product. here that while I did apply more of the base gel, I did not apply more of the topper gel. I applied the same amount of the topper gel that I always apply every single time that I use it. So for me in the back, that's a top section, a bottom section, 2 pumps per section. And then in the front, it's a top section, a bottom section, but only 1.5 pumps per section. These are pumps from the big bottle. So that may not directly translate, or a matter of fact, I know that does not directly translate to the smaller bottle if that's what you are using. But I guess maybe for the smaller pump, you have to do like a couple more pumps, like maybe almost double the amount of pumps to get what I'm getting if you want to equate it. So yeah, I use the same amount of the topper that I always use. And then another thing I noticed is that she always gives her products time to marinate, okay? So Abena tends to apply all of the products and then put her hair in these chunky twists to kind of let the hair rest a bit, okay? And she does this not very long. Like, it seems to me like sometimes it can be as short as the time it takes her to get out of the shower, clean everything up, put some clothes on, maybe eat a snack and come back. She's not doing it very long. She's not trying to have it dry or to set in the twist. And so then she comes back and then does the styling separately. Now for me, I have tried that very method, and I tend to start to lose curl definition really quickly. The farther and the longer I am removed from the water. So what I did was I applied all of my products and then immediately staying in the shower, started going in and styling. Now, Abena uses very small sections and rows when she's doing the official styling and raking of the hair. I don't do that, and I haven't done that in maybe over a year or two, just because I find that a lot of these botanical gels separate your hair already on its own, and you don't really need to do that much. And I found that after I had applied these products the way that I did it this time, I felt like I could have gotten away with applying with styling in the larger sections. But I chose not to do it just to keep it authentic for this video. However, in the future with this combo, I'm gonna just style it in the large sections that I usually style in. So I did my old school like little rows, like flat iron rows is what I used to call them, and I would like get a little section and rake it through, which is how I prefer to style my hair. Get another section, rake it through. So my hair was styled in very small sections. And the last thing that I took away from this, not necessarily the video she sent me, but just some of the discussion she was having on some of her live videos, was definitely got to get it under the dryer, right? And I normally am someone who does really go hardcore with drying my hair with heat, but I, in that original video was unable to get the full dryer time that I would normally get. So this time around, yes, made sure that my hair was fully dried. I will say that this does dry pretty decently. In my normal dryer time, I was able to get almost 100% dry hair. But I still felt like the hair needed to be cured, kind of. If you've ever used Kinky Curly before, you know where the hair is dry, like as far as like not water, but it still feels like there's a little something on there, like maybe a tackiness or something to it, that sitting on the dryer additional time removes that. If you go outside with that uncured hair, it will often react to the humidity, and I can't afford that living where I live. So I did sit under the dryer just a little bit longer to remove what I felt like was like a little bit of a coating. And these are the results. My hair is shiny, it has a lot of movement, it has a lot of elongation, very well separated, but that may have to do with doing the little small sections. I am approaching when I would normally go to the salon to get my hair shape touched up, and then I think also because I styled in the smaller sections that I normally do, it kind of makes my ends look like it's like, girl, do you have a shape to your hair? But that's not the product. That is, it's time for me to get my hair touched up. But I do feel like this is a level of definition and separation that I usually get from my Kinky Curly combo. Though the result that I got here is much, much better, I am going to link over to the previous video if you're just curious to see the mistakes in action. And then if you look in the description box, I do have a discount code so you can get a percentage off if you purchase Imba Naturals using my code. Subscribe. I make videos every week, and I will talk to you in the next one.